I forgot what time it was. One more page became another. One more song became three. Afternoon slipped through the curtains as quietly as could be. Coffee cooled beside the notebook. Sunlight moved across the floor. Funny how the nicest moments never knock before the door. Nothing has to be remembered. Still, I know this day will stay. Somehow all the little hours found a softer kind of way. Lost in the good part, didn't mean to be. Lost in the good part, exactly where I'll be. Lost in the good part, that's enough for me. Outside, someone rode a skateboard. Someone walked a sleepy dog. Neighbors waved across the sidewalk, hidden in the evening fog. Nothing needed celebrating, nothing trying to impress. Still the whole day left me lighter, just by asking a little less. Maybe that's the quiet secret. Life keeps leaving by the door. The happiest afternoons never ask for anything more. Lost in the good part, didn't mean to be. Lost in the good part, exactly where I'll be. Lost in the good part, ooh, that's enough for me. The calendar won't remember what this little Tuesday gave, but somewhere underneath the ordinary, it quietly stays. Lost in the good part, time can drift away. Lost in the good part, hope it always stays. Lost in the good part, every single day. I never looked at the clock again. Started like any other Tuesday. Same blue mug beside the kettle. Same old jacket by the door. Nothing hinted something special was waiting just beyond the store. Crossed the street without a reason. Found a market full of flowers. Bought a bunch I didn't need for an ordinary hour. Life has funny little ways of changing everything you see, without fireworks or headlines, just quiet simplicity. Lucky little Tuesday, didn't see it coming. Lucky little Tuesday, everything was humming. Lucky little Tuesday, best surprise of all. Found a record in the bookstore someone left behind for years. Played it through the open window, like it had been waiting here. Coffee tasted just a little warmer than the week before. Funny what a single moment can completely open doors. Maybe every ordinary day keeps a secret of its own, waiting for someone unhurried to finally take it home. Lucky little Tuesday, didn't see it coming. Lucky little Tuesday, everything was humming. Lucky little Tuesday, best surprise of all. The biggest changes sometimes happen without trying to be seen. They arrive dressed as the moments we almost call routine. Lucky little Tuesday, hope you visit soon. Lucky little Tuesday, brightened up the room. Lucky little Tuesday, come around again. Next week's waiting somewhere. I kept walking anyway. Past the park without a reason. Watch the pigeons on the square. Someone tuned an old acoustic, sending music through the air. The grocery lights were glowing. Neighbors wave from open doors. Every block invited. One more minute, maybe more. Sometimes home is not a building. Sometimes home is how you feel when the evening wraps around you and everything turns real. Nothing to hurry home for. The evening's doing fine. Nothing to hurry home for. This little hour is mine. Nothing to hurry home for. One more block, one more time. Stopped beside the flower stand, bought a bunch without a plan. The owner smiled and simply said, "See you here again." Street lights woke up one by one, like old friends arriving late. Funny how how the nicest evenings never ask you to be great. Maybe life's best conversations happen somewhere in between, leaving work behind and reaching where you've always been. Nothing to hurry home for. The evening's doing fine. Nothing to hurry home for. This little hour is mine. Nothing to hurry home for. One more block, one more time. Every now and then the world whispers instead of sings. If you slow your footsteps, you can hear the little things. Nothing to hurry home for. I'll stay a little more. Nothing to hurry home for. Like every night before. Nothing to hurry home for. That's what evenings are for. The sunset didn't seem to mind. The bike almost rode itself. Took the river road this morning. No destination in my mind. Only following the sunlight, one slow corner at a time. Bridges wearing early colors, water moving without sound. Every pedal felt lighter the farther out of town. Didn't need a finish line, didn't need to win the race. Sometimes all a day is asking is a slightly slower pace. Slow turning wheels, rolling through the day. Slow turning wheels, finding their own way. Slow turning wheels, carry me away. Pacify the teaching balance to a kid with shaking knees. Past an older couple laughing under maple trees. Every block became a postcard, every breeze another song. Funny how the longest route never feels too long. Maybe joy keeps better company with people who don't rush. Maybe silence has a rhythm hidden underneath the hush. Slow turning wheels, rolling through the day. Slow turning wheels, finding their own way. Slow turning wheels, carry me away. Some roads lead somewhere special, others simply help you see that the best part of the journey is who you get to be. Quiet mile, slow turning wheel. Mm-hmm. This evening looked familiar. Same old corner by the river, same warm colors in the sky. Still it somehow felt brand new every single time passed by. People gathered without planning, just to watch the daylight fade. Nobody was in a hurry. Nobody had to explain. Some things never lose their wonder, no matter how many times you stand exactly where you stood, watching the evening rewrite the light. Sunset on repeat, never gets old. Sunset on repeat, better than before. Sunset on repeat, oh, always worth the walk. Someone played a quiet record from an apartment up above. The breeze carried little echoes, like a conversation made of love. Streetlights slowly joined the picture, windows started glowing gold. Night arrived without announcing, just the way it's always told. Maybe beauty keeps returning, so we never lose the way, giving us another reason to slow down before the day. Sunset on repeat, never gets old. Sunset on repeat, better than before. Sunset on repeat, oh, always worth the walk. Tomorrow will look different, clouds will change their shape, but the feeling always finds me long before it fades. Sunset on repeat, waiting every night. Sunset on repeat, everything feels right. Sunset on repeat, see you tomorrow. The sky knew the way home. I picked the same seat again. Right beside the morning window, where the sunlight finds the floor. Every day begins a little different than the one before. People passing with their coffees, someone jogging through the park. Little pieces of a Tuesday, slowly waking in the dark. Nothing here is asking loudly, nothing trying to steal the day. Still this little corner somehow makes the noise all fade away. The seat by the window always waits for me. The seat by the window where my thoughts run free. The seat by the window, exactly where I'll be. Second cup is getting colder, notebook filling line by line. Funny how the smallest places help you leave the rush behind. Someone opens up the flower shop, someone rolls the shutters high. Every ordinary morning feels brand new when passing by. Maybe peace has an address, maybe comfort has a name. Maybe all I really needed was to come back here again. The seat by the window always waits for me. The seat by the window where my thoughts run free. The seat by the window, exactly where I'll be. Tomorrow's worries know the way, they'll find me soon enough. But for now, the morning only asks to simply be enough. The seat by the window, nothing left to prove. The seat by the window, everything can move. The seat by the window, while I stay still. Morning always remembers. The neighborhood was taking its time. Someone mowed a distant lawn, someone tuned an old guitar. Coffee drifted through the window without traveling very far. Newspapers on front porches, dogs asleep beneath the trees. Nothing trying to impress me, everything completely at ease. The quiet has a rhythm that weekdays never seem to find. Like the whole world finally remembered how to leave the rush behind. The sound of Sunday, slow enough to hear. The sound of Sunday, everything is here. The sound of Sunday, my favorite atmosphere. Kids rode circles down the sidewalk, someone painted an old fence. The bakery stayed a little busier than anywhere else made sense. Clouds moved like they had nowhere important left to go. I started matching their direction without even knowing. So maybe rest is not a place, Maybe rest becomes a way of noticing the little things we almost miss each day. The sound of Sunday, slow enough to hear. The sound of Sunday, everything is here. The sound of Sunday, my favorite atmosphere. It always keeps its word. But today belongs to simple things, too beautiful for hurried words. Sunday stays a little while. The sound of Sunday ends with one more smile. The sound of Sunday, worth coming back to. I'll keep this feeling all week. The city was still clearing its throat. Crossed the square before the rush did. Tables waiting out in front. Every chair held quiet promises of conversations yet to come. The baker flipped the open sign. Steam escaped into the air. Morning hadn't made up its mind, but I was already there. There's a softness before busy that disappears without a sound. If you catch it for a moment, it has a way of slowing down. The world before 9 moves a little slow. The world before 9 has its own hello. The world before 9, everybody glows. A cyclist hummed beside the crosswalk. Someone watered climbing vines. Sunlight reached the empty tables right on time without a line. Nothing needed my attention. Nothing pulled me from the view. Funny how the quiet hours always know exactly what to do. Maybe peace keeps early hours before the city finds its pace, leaving little hidden treasures for the ones who show up first. The world before 9 moves a little slow. The world before 9 has its own hello. The world before 9, everybody glows. Soon enough the streets will fill up. Phones will ring and buses roll. But this little hour reminds me, calm belongs to every soul. Before 9 always feels like home. The world before 9 never Nothing felt that urgent anymore. Laptop finally closed for good. The room let out a quiet sigh. One last stretch beside the window, watching evening fill the sky. Didn't reach for any schedule, didn't check another screen. Just the sound of distant traffic fading into something clean. Funny how the day grows lighter once there's nowhere left to be. Like the hours finally loosen every little piece of me. Tomorrow can wait just a little while. Tomorrow can wait, stay and share a smile. Tomorrow can wait, I'm already home. Neighbors filled their front porches. Someone tuned an old cassette. Kids were chasing one more sunset like they hadn't found it yet. The breeze carried dinner stories from a window down the street. Somehow all the ordinary sounded perfectly complete. Maybe nothing really changes, maybe only how we see. When we stop expecting magic, it walks in so quietly. Tomorrow can wait just a little while. Tomorrow can wait, stay and share a smile. Tomorrow can wait, I'm already home. The world keeps spinning faithfully without my extra speed. Turns out slowing down a little was exactly what I need. Tomorrow can wait, one more song to play. Tomorrow can wait, not tonight, not today. Tomorrow can wait, everything's okay. I'll meet tomorrow, tomorrow. I didn't mind the traffic today. Windows down on the avenue, favorite record coming on. Every red light felt less like waiting, more like letting the moments belong. People crossed with paper coffees. Someone waved across the lane. The city had a slower heartbeat after yesterday's rain. Funny how the road back home can change without changing at all. Sometimes all it takes is music to make the evening feel small. Best part of the commute happens on the way. Best part of the commute, nothing left to chase. Best part of the commute, ending every day. Sunlight leaned across the dash. dashboard, painting stories on the wheel, past the park where kids were laughing, making everything feel real. Didn't take the fastest highway, found the river for a while. Every extra minute somehow paid me back in easy smiles. Maybe home begins much earlier than the front door ever knew. Maybe every mile gets warmer, sharing one more song with you. Best part of the commute happens on the way. Best part of the commute, nothing left to chase. Best part of the commute, ending every day. Tomorrow morning brings another list of places I should be, but this little ride reminds me life is more than urgency. Nice and slow, best part of the commute. Now I finally know, best part of the commute, home before I'm home. The long way wins again. The long way wins again. The best seat was already taken. So I chose the table by the window, watched the morning settle in, steam rising from familiar mugs, conversation soft as wind, barista humming to the music, someone writing in a book. Every face had somewhere else to be, still nobody seemed to rush. Funny how a room of strangers can feel quietly the same. Everyone bringing little stories, nobody needing a name. Across the cafe floor, across the cafe floor, every little life keeps dancing. Across the cafe floor. One more page before I leave, one more slow and easy song. Outside buses kept on moving, inside time moved all along. A smile passed between two tables without either saying why. Sometimes that's enough to carry half a cloudy afternoon. Nothing perfect happened, nothing had to go just right. Still the room kept blowing softly like golden hour indoors. Across the cafe floor, across the cafe floor, every little life keeps dancing. Across the cafe floor. Maybe every neighborhood has a heartbeat of its own, hidden in familiar places that quietly feel like home. You don't always notice until you're walking out the door how much lighter you become same table next week. The city hadn't started talking yet. First one through the cafe doorway, morning still outside asleep. Steam was drawing little pictures, only early hours keep. Barista knew the usual order before I said a single word. Some routines become a language without ever being heard. There's a comfort in arriving before the day begins to race, like the world is saving just a little peaceful space. Coffee before the crowd, my favorite time of day. Coffee before the crowd, everything finds its place. Coffee before the crowd, slow enough to stay. Notebook open by the window, nothing written just yet. Ideas always seem to find me before the inbox fills with threads. Outside people slowly gather, inside time moves differently. Especially for me. Funny how the smallest rituals hold together bigger days. One warm cup can gently point you toward a brighter kind of pace. Coffee before the crowd, my favorite time of day. Coffee before the crowd, everything finds its place. Coffee before the crowd, slow worth the wait. Coffee before the crowd, never running late. Coffee before the crowd, starting every day. I'll see the sunrise again. I wasn't trying to save any time. Turned down a quiet side street just because it looked inviting. Morning painted little shadows on the walls with gentle lighting. Someone swept the front of their shop, someone laughed behind a gate. Every step felt less like leaving, more like showing up to fade. Funny how the smallest choices lead you somewhere unexpected. Sometimes taking half a block more feels exactly what selected. Favorite little shortcut, never really short. Favorite little shortcut always gives me more. Favorite little shortcut, worth the extra walk. Past a dog that knew everybody, past a porch with yellow chairs. Someone waved while watering flowers like we'd known each other years. Found a cafe I'd forgotten, heard a record softly play. Funny how a different corner can completely change the day. Maybe every neighborhood hides little gifts behind routine, waiting for someone unhurried to notice what has always been. Favorite little shortcut, never really short. Favorite little shortcut always gives me more. Favorite little shortcut, worth the extra walk. The quickest road gets you somewhere, the slow one lets you arrive. Maybe that's the better difference. Maybe that's the better life. Favorite little shortcut, I'll keep choosing you. Favorite little shortcut, every walk feels new. Favorite little shortcut, right on cue. No reason to rush tomorrow. The room felt different today. Opened up the living room window, let the morning wander in. Curtains started dancing softly like they'd heard a favorite hymn. Coffee found its usual corner, notebook waiting by the chair. Nothing needed fixing first, just a little fresher air. Funny how a quiet breeze can straighten out a crowded mind, like the day was always waiting for me to leave the window wide. Open window weather, everything feels new. Open window weather, changing every hue. Oh, open window weather, rolling softly through. Neighbors watering their flowers, someone walking with a smile, birds discussing tiny matters, making silence worthwhile. Didn't check the time for hours, didn't feel the need to race. Some mornings ask for progress, some SMS simply for your place. Maybe peace is less about escaping, more about letting life arrive. One open window later, everything feels more alive. Open window weather, everything feels more. Open window weather, changing every view. Open window weather, rolling softly through. The world keeps knocking gently without making any sound. Sometimes all that's missing is letting it come around. The ordinary has good timing. Open window weather, stayed a little while. Open window weather, brought back my smile. Open window weather, simple and worthwhile. I'll leave it open tomorrow. Funny how I always take the long way home. There's a bakery closing on the corner, still smells like tomorrow's bread. A bicycle leans against a brick wall, somebody laughs somewhere ahead. Streetlights wake up one by one, like they're stretching after work. Every little neighborhood knows exactly how to breathe at dusk. Nothing special on the schedule, nothing waiting I need to chase. But somehow every quiet block puts a softer smile on my face. Side street symphony, playing where nobody sees. Side street symphony, life in easy melody. Side street symphony, everything's in harmony. The florist stacks the empty buckets, coffee cups are washed away. The barber locks the little window, another ordinary day. Someone waves from half a block, neither one of us is wise. Some connections don't need words, just familiar passing by. And maybe all the little moments know each other by their names. And maybe that's what makes a city feel a little less the same. Side street symphony, playing where nobody sees. Side street symphony, life in easy melody. Side street symphony, everything's in harmony. Some songs never fill an arena, some songs never top the charts. Still they become the soundtrack to the places that hold our hearts. Maybe happiness sounds quieter than we ever thought before. Side street symphony, playing where nobody sees. Side street symphony, every ordinary street. Side street symphony, always finding me. look this way again. I left work at exactly the right time. The buildings caught the evening like they knew the show would start. Golden colors climbed the windows, turning glass into warm art. Nobody was really rushing. Traffic somehow moved with grace. Every stranger wore the softness that arrives at day's last pace. It's amazing what the daylight chooses to reveal before it goes. Some moments only happen when the city finally slows. Almost sunset, don't disappear too soon. Almost sunset, stay another tune. Almost sunset, everything's in bloom. Stop beside the little river, didn't need a reason why. Watch reflections borrow colors from the fading summer sky. Someone walking with their headphones smiled without looking around, like the evening had decided joy was easier to find. Maybe every ending carries something quietly brand new. Maybe slowing down is how the best parts come into view. Almost sunset, don't disappear too soon. Almost sunset, stay another tune. Almost sunset, everything's in bloom. Tomorrow brings another morning, another list of things to do. But tonight belongs to breathing and watching colors change their hue. Some beauty only lasts because it has to. Almost sunset, one more golden glow. Almost sunset, moving nice and slow. Almost sunset, never really goes. See you here tomorrow evening. Potato stacked away, yeah. Only 3 more tables occupied, coffee cool and nice and slow. The barista wiped the counter to the rhythm of the radio. Outside evening leaned on storefront, streetlights gather one by one. Nobody inside was rushing, like the day had just begun. Some places know how to hold the moment just a little longer before goodbye. Almost closing time, nobody has to leave. Almost closing time, stay another song. Almost closing time, this feels just right. Someone closed the slowly pours steam rose into golden light. Funny how an ordinary cafe can make an ordinary night. Didn't come looking for a memory, but somehow I'm taking one home. Almost closing time. Nobody has to leave. Almost closing time. Stay another song. Almost closing time. This feels just right. Tomorrow, these tables will fill again with different stories, and the very same one. Almost closing time. Nobody has to leave. Almost closing time. Carry this feeling home. Almost closing time. See you here again. Some evenings deserve one more minute. Someone started singing upstairs. Didn't know the words they carried, didn't need to sing along. Open balcony at sunset, turn the evening into song. Plants were reaching toward the skyline, laundry dancing in the breeze. Neighborhood lights slowly waking with an easy kind of peace. Every home has its own music. Sometimes it escapes into the street. Balcony melody floating through the air. Balcony melody everybody hears. Balcony melody. Stay with me tonight. Kids were riding home on bicycles, windows open one by one. Someone clapped from down the sidewalk just because the song was fun. No big stage, no bright spotlight, only voices meeting light. Funny how the smallest concert made the evening feel alive. Didn't need a ticket or a crowd, just one voice finding another. Balcony melody floating through the air. Balcony melody everybody hears. Balcony melody. Stay with me tonight. The best performances don't always fill a room. Sometimes a smile before the doors opened. Monday wearing college shoes, coffee balanced in one hand. Morning news still have remembered, quiet plans already made. Numbers glowing over buttons, soft reflections on the glass. Funny how a tiny moment can slow the whole world down. Nobody said a single word, still somehow it meant enough. Elevator smile, carry it upstairs. Elevator smile, follow me all day. Elevator smile, simple as hello. Later by the office window, rain arrived without a sound. Someone left fresh cookies waiting in the little break room tray. Emails kept on coming, meetings filled the afternoon. But that tiny bit of kindness stayed longer than I knew. Maybe goodness travels quietly, one small moment at a time. Oh, elevator smile, carry it upstairs. Elevator smile, follow me all day. Elevator smile, simple as hello. Nobody remembers every busy hour, but everyone remembers how they felt inside. Elevator smile, carry it upstairs. Elevator smile, brighter than the morning. Elevator smile, take it back home. Kindness always finds the next floor. I made it home before the sun did. Keys were waiting in my pocket, shoes beside the wooden door. Golden light across the hallway, like I'd never noticed before. Radio played from the kitchen, someone cooking down the street. Open windows carry laughter mixed with summer evening breeze. Some arrivals need no celebration. Being home is already enough. Home before sunset, nothing left to chase. Home before sunset, leave the day outside. Before sunset, everything is here. Watered all the little plants, watched the skyline slowly glow. The neighborhood kept breathing at an easy, steady flow. Then train. The train was 5 minutes late. Platform wrapped in evening colors, backpacks resting by our feet. Someone reading chapter 20, someone humming to the beat. Headlights glowing through the distance, cold air drifting down the line. Funny how a small delay can handle a little extra time. Nothing borrowed, nothing planned, just another quiet gift hidden in the wait. Late train luck, slow enough to breathe. Late train luck, everything can wait. Late train luck, found me right on time. Shared a smile with someone, laughing at the pigeons stealing fries. Watched the sunset paint the station, go beneath the city lights. The doors finally opened softly, everyone stepped in with ease. No one seemed to mind the minutes carried by the evening breeze. Maybe life keeps little treasures inside moments we almost rush through. Late train luck, slow enough to breathe. Late train luck, everything can wait. Late train luck, found me right on time. Not every blessing arrives ahead of schedule. Somewhere the shape of waiting patiently. Late train luck, slow enough to breathe. Late train luck, I'll remember this ride. Late train luck, meet me here again. Sometimes the best timing comes quietly. Didn't check the weather this time. Sat outside before the evening settled. One old chair and nowhere else to be. Neighbor waved without a single reason. That was good enough for me. Leaves were making quiet conversations. Someone watered flowers down the block. Even all the little neighborhood noises felt like part of the clock. Some days don't arrive with fireworks, some days simply bloom. Funny how the smallest moments can brighten up a room. Front porch forecast, looks like peace all afternoon. Front porch forecast, everything's in tune. Front porch forecast, nothing asking me for more. Front porch forecast, that's what evenings are for. A dog came running after something pointless. Kids were racing bicycles downhill. still. Clouds were drifting with no destination. Neither was I, truth be told. Funny how the slower that life happens, the richer moments hold. Maybe happiness is ordinary. Maybe that's the art. Maybe home has always sounded exactly like this part. Front porch forecast looks like peace all afternoon. Front porch forecast, everything's in tune. Front porch forecast, nothing asking me for more. Front porch forecast, that's what evenings are for. Tomorrow brings another schedule. Phones will ring again, but this quiet little weather found its way within. No headlines, no surprise, just another beautiful evening hidden in plain sight. Front porch forecast looks like peace all afternoon. Front porch forecast, oh, everything in you. Front porch forecast, nothing better left to chase. Front porch forecast, right here is the place. I'll save this weather inside me. The room was moving before I was. Ceiling fan above the living room, windows open to the afternoon, curtains dancing with the little breeze. Nothing needed changing soon. Cold lemonade beside a paperback, old soul playing quietly nearby. Somewhere down the street a lawnmower blended with the lullaby. Funny how the slowest afternoons teach your heart a different tune. Ceiling fan, summer, everything slows down. Ceiling fan, summer, best place in town. Ceiling fan, summer, nothing left to chase. Ceiling fan, summer, easy living pace. Half a chapter turned into a nap, dream for maybe 20 peaceful minutes. Woke to sunlight moving on the floor like it never stopped a minute. I heard the neighbor tuning up a guitar, someone laughing on the porch next door. Every sound became another reason not to ask for more. Maybe happiness isn't loud at all. Maybe it arrives when expectations fall. Ceiling fan, summer, everything slows down. Ceiling fan, summer, the best place in town. Ceiling fan, summer, nothing left to chase. Ceiling fan, summer, easy living pace. There will be busier seasons, full calendars, longer days, but I'll remember this quiet afternoon whenever life starts running away. Ceiling fan, summer, let the hours flow. Ceiling fan, summer, nowhere else to go. Ceiling fan, summer, simple days endure. Ceiling fan, summer, that's what summer's for. The breeze knew exactly when to stay. everything the way it always does. Barista knew my order before I said a single word. Notebook found his favorite corner, morning found his favorite song. Funny how the smallest rituals keep a whole week moving on. Nothing here is unexpected, that's exactly why I stay. Some places quietly remind you who you are beneath the day. Corner table ritual, every week feels new. Corner table ritual, a little time with you. Corner table ritual, where good ideas bloom. Steam curled over ceramic, rain taps softly on the glass. Someone reading by the window never seemed to turn too fast. 4 good pages filled themselves without chasing every line. Turns out inspiration likes when nobody's watching time. Didn't need to force the feeling, didn't have to make it start. Some routines become a language spoken straight into the heart. Corner table ritual, every week feels new. Corner table ritual, a little time with you. Corner table ritual, where good ideas bloom. Maybe home is more than walls. Maybe home can be a chair. Maybe comfort grows from moments that are always waiting there. Not exciting, not dramatic, just exactly what you need. Corner table ritual, every week feels new. Corner table ritual, a little time with you. Corner table ritual, I'll be back next Friday. The chair will be waiting. I wasn't planning to come this way. Missed the crossing by a second, so I took another street. Found a little record store playing something warm and sweet. Someone painting by the corner, coffee cooling on the ledge. Funny how a tiny change moved the whole day gently left. Some directions find you better when you stop insisting first. Maybe getting slightly lost is another way to learn. Favorite detour, take the longer road. Favorite detour, lighten up the load. Favorite detour, glad I didn't know. Stop beside a little fountain, read a page or maybe 2. Watch the golden retriever greet the world like something new. Every minute felt unhurried, nothing asked me to perform. Just a city showing kindness in its quiet, everyday form. Didn't need a grand adventure, didn't need another plan. Just a different sidewalk leading somewhere I could stand. Favorite detour, take the longer road. Favorite detour, lighten up the load. Favorite detour, glad I didn't know. Life keeps writing little footnotes underneath the bigger page. Most of them are easy to miss when we're racing through the day. Now I'm leaving with a feeling worth much more than getting back. Favorite detour, take the longer road. Favorite detour, lighten up the load. Favorite detour, I'll come back again. Some roads deserve another walk. I stepped outside for no particular reason. Just between two meetings, just before another call, found a little patch of sunshine leaning on the office wall. Traffic moving in the distance, leaves performing overhead for 5 quiet minutes. Every noisy thought just left. Funny what a little breathing can quietly repair. Nothing changed around me, but everything felt there. 5-minute vacation, didn't leave the town. 5-minute vacation, slow the whole world down. 5-minute vacation, best part of my day. Bought a coffee from the corner, didn't even need caffeine. It was more about the ritual than the drink itself, it seemed. Watched a pigeon chase a breadcrumb, clouds arranging lazy lines. Never knew how much could happen inside such a little time. Didn't have to book a flight, didn't have to disappear. Sometimes all we're really missing is a softer atmosphere. 5-minute vacation, didn't leave the town. 5-minute vacation, slow the whole world down. 5-minute vacation, best part of my day. Tomorrow will be busy, the calendar already knows. But now I've got left with more than I brought. Nothing special in the forecast, just another working day. Still the clouds kept opening slowly, making room along the way. Bought an apple from the market, walked the longer route again. Every corner seemed familiar, like an old dependable friend. Funny how the mood can change without asking for permission. One small moment starts another, like a quiet chain reaction. Carrying the good weather, carrying the good weather. Some days stay with you, like carrying the good weather. Held the door for someone smiling, they returned it down the street. Little kindness keeps on traveling long after people meet. Coffee stains across my notebook didn't even seem to matter. Somehow every tiny detail made the whole day that much better. Maybe joy is something borrowed, only long enough to share. Then it finds another person waiting somewhere over there. Carrying the good weather, carrying the good weather. Some days stay with you, like carrying the good weather. It's not sunshine every morning, it's not easy every week. Still there's always something gentle if you're willing just to see. A slower step, a softer voice, a window catching afternoons. Sometimes that's all it takes to change the tune. Oh, carrying the good weather, carrying the good weather. Some days stay with you, like carrying the good weather, carrying the good weather. Even when the sky turns gray, I remember how today found its quiet way. I'll pass it on tomorrow. Funny how this always starts the same. Past the bakery on the corner, same old bell above the door. Someone waved without a reason, like they had a little more. Morning air on rolled up sleeves, coffee warm in both my hands. Nothing special on the schedule, still it felt exactly planned. Maybe peace arrives like this without announcing where it's been. Just another ordinary minute, quietly inviting me in. Harbor light routine, harbor light routine. Every little day shines differently inside a harbor light routine. Sat beside the open window, watched the bicycles roll by. Pages turn with the breeze, clouds taking their time. Didn't need a grand adventure, didn't need another place. Found enough inside the rhythm of familiar streets and faces. Funny how the smallest patterns keep the restless heart in tune. Nothing trying to impress me, everything arriving soon. Harbor light routine, harbor light routine. quieter than I used to understand. Not a finish line to chase, just another open hand. The world keeps moving quickly, I don't mind the slower speed. Turns out simple little moments were the ones I always need. This way tomorrow. Someone started playing music upstairs. I couldn't tell what song it was, only knew it fit the day. Drifted softly through the hallway, like it always found its way. Every window on the block open just enough to hear little pieces of each household blending into something clear. Nobody was trying to perform for anyone, still it felt like every doorway shared the very same warm sun. Neighbors leaving windows open, neighbors leaving windows open. Home sounds better, neighbor, leaving windows open. Someone laughing on the balcony, someone watering the vines. Kids inventing a little world with a box and endless time. Dinner slowly finding rhythm, plates and voices down below. Every ordinary evening, learning how to gently glow. Funny how a quiet neighborhood can carry everyone without saying very much. It simply lets the day become. Neighbors leaving windows open, neighbors leaving windows open. Home sounds better, neighbor, leaving windows open. Maybe comfort isn't something that we build alone at all. Maybe it lives between the windows where familiar echoes fall. Every little shared routine makes the city feel less wide, turning strangers into neighbors without ever really trying. Neighbors leaving windows open, neighbors leaving windows open. Home sounds better, neighbors leaving windows open, neighbors leaving windows open. Even after daylight ends, the street keeps softly singing like an old familiar friend. Tomorrow changed without a sound. Finished up a little early, close the notebook with a smile. Nothing waiting that couldn't wait for another little while. Golden light across the storefronts, longer shadows on the road. Even traffic felt unhurried, like it knew where to go. Every evening has a color, most of them go unnoticed. Today I finally slowed enough to let this one stay with me. The color of 6 o'clock. The color of 6 o'clock. Everything feels lighter now. The color of 6 o'clock. Someone carried fresh cut flowers, someone waved across the lane. Kids were drawing with sidewalk chalk just before the summer rain. A bicycle rolled past softly, radio drifting through the air. Funny how the smallest soundtrack